Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Hey, greetings, my friends. This is the podcast Caught in Two Minds. You can find us on Twitter at CITM Podcast. I'm Fitty at Gooner Rush is my handle on Twitter, and co-hosting with me, like always, this is E, and that's at E Marshall, EMARSHO. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Fitty? How's it going?
Man. It's been what? It's been 2 weeks. No, we did a show for him last week, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Show number 70.
Seems like things haven't really changed much, though.
No, the weather last week here in the Bay was gloomy and rainy, and that's pretty much how I feel and where I'm at with Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's getting sad.
I'll tell you what, the highlight of the second half of the season has to be going and partying down at Maggie McGarry's last week. But like we said, we were a little disappointed in the Wembley final against Man City. And then, lo and behold, 2 Premier League games in the last week, and neither one of them very, very good by our wishes, what we would have liked to have seen. Yes,
especially after the final defeat and the way we played in Wembley, you would have thought there would maybe be a bounce back, a turn up, enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I don't know. But nothing.
It's just the team is flat. The team is not, like, all of a sudden, who knows? Who knows how you score 5 goals against Everton, 3 goals against Crystal Palace? Only like a month and a half ago, all of a sudden, like, you just lost your way. You don't know how to play soccer again anymore. Or footy ball, whatever we might want to call it.
No, I feel you. But, I don't know. I don't really see it like that. I just kind of see it like this is pretty much what's been going on, this season for sure. It's just like peaks and valleys, up and down, roller coaster ride. But the worst part about it this season, the losing stretches or the, not getting results. That shit is, those are like extended streaks now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's a shit show. Come on.
Listen, I'm just going to say it now. We don't always do this. We try to find positives out of games, but everybody needs to understand there's a day and a time, and it's bitch time. Okay. I got things to bitch about. I couldn't possibly cover them all in one podcast, but I'm sure Eric's got some things on his mind.
Oh yeah, and I like the bitch.
Yeah,
and complain. You know what I mean? So
there's a lot of obvious places people might think we're gonna go, but I'm gonna bring something up that I brought up. I think it's probably been about a month ago when I saw a piss poor, but even worse. Confusing, and it almost looked like the bottom fell out of Peter Cech.
Oh yes, and about 3 or 4 games ago, you did mention something. So about a month ago, because Ospina's been in there in and out. So you're probably right. About a month.
One of the biggest signs always to keep an eye on for me with goalies, which we see with people like Almunia and Fabianski,
down to Szczesny, even at some point when he was young.
The weirdness of, and maybe it's the pressure of trying to play out of the back, but the weirdness of trying to outlet passes and be cute with balls and think you're fooling opposing players by doing, I don't know, toe touches to people and stuff. Like it just was glaringly obvious. Like when I said that something seemed wrong with them.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me like, even though it wasn't maybe real obvious, that there's a slow progression this season that's making it obvious. Like, Wenger has got to check. He's got to him. He done turned that boy's head upside down.
He's playing like a true Arsenal keeper.
Yeah, man. What's up with this dude, man?
Like he's up there in like the classics now. These last, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you,
he's neck and neck with Almunia with just blunders now. You're right. He looks like an old boxer.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll show, like, you were saying, he'll show like little flashes of brilliance, but a ridiculous mistake you've never seen him make.
Yeah.
Those are coming at an alarming rate right now.
Yeah. Along with those blunder, you know what? When I say there's a slow sign of this was coming, but more and more people were starting to point out more and more that at times when goals were missed, people were questioning, like, what's up with Cech's positioning on that goal? Why, he seemed to be positioned wrong, you know, and you just hear that a little bit here and there. And of course, he has been a world-class keeper for years. So yes, he still has wonderful saves left in him.
Right.
But how long can you afford, some wonderful saves in a game and some complete head scratchers?
Right. And he looks real stiff, and you can look at it like maybe he's always played like this. He's just always had a great back line in front of him. John Terry, Carvalho. Maybe that might have something to do with it. Now he's playing with Arsenal, and it's like, dude, you're on your own.
Yeah,
you're gonna be scrambling around trying to save all kind of shit.
Yeah,
one-on-one. Totally. Oh, he's through. Is he gonna make it?
Yeah.
But all in all, he does. You were spot on a month ago, and his last few games have really highlighted the decline of Peter Cech. And that's going to lead me into what I wanted to discuss, is just the overall handling of the squad. I harp on it, That's why these shows are getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the same shit is happening. You can go back to last year and at a stretch of games, I'm sure we're talking about the same shit. But, Cech's getting old. He's declining. You don't really trust Ospina. We had Chesney.
Yeah.
Came up through our system. He was smart enough to leave, and now he's on his way to being Buffon's, whatever they call that.
Sure. Heir apparent.
Heir apparent. Thank you. You look at Chambers, had to start yesterday. Somebody he's never trusted. He's loaned him out the last few years. Now he's playing in, big games. We need these points. You can't get Jack's contract signed. We got two center backs that are both 5'8", 5'9", maybe. Mustafi is shrinking right before our eyes. Diving in. I don't know how we train. I don't know how we plan on acquiring players. I don't know how we plan on loaning out players. When we do loan them out, they don't seem to really play. And then they're just kind of lost forever. So just the overall fingerprints on the club come down to one man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been harping on this shit for years. Dude.
Yeah.
Years.
I tell you what's there's a few things that are they're the same, but they're progressing. So same old thing, not performing. to where you believe that you're a big club, but you don't perform like one. That's the same old thing that's going on. But what's a little bit different is, what's progressing, what's becoming worse is that we're not even as good as maybe we were a year ago and 2 years ago.
Right, we're getting worse.
And teams that we thought were probably less talented than the team we could put on the pitch now even perform better than who we have out there right now.
Yes.
I don't believe I'm to the point where you have to be a crazy person to think that it's that the players are to blame for this.
Right.
I'm never a absolute kind of guy, so I'm not going to say that it's absolutely the players or absolutely Wenger.
Right.
But if you're not shading towards it's Wenger's fault, my whole thing is that, it's really easy in a lineup to pick out one or maybe two guys that seem to not have the heart, that don't seem to be pushing hard,
right,
that seem to be out of the game. But when you talk about the number of guys on our team, when we put a lackluster performance in, that look lost, that have no heart, that aren't playing with any kind of enthusiasm, it's too many to say it's the player's fault. A manager is responsible for getting these players up and ready for a game.
Right. And
if Wenger can't get that job done any longer.
First goal came in 7 minutes. We can't even get through the first 15 minutes of a game without conceding a goal against a team we should be beating. Or at least, like you were saying, we think we should be beating. But like you said, when they showed up to the park, the dude from Game of Thrones, what's his name? Glenn Murray. He fucking he had a smile on his face. He had a pep, bounce to his step. But back to what you were saying.
Hey, real quick, just before you go, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to make the point that for this entire season, when I see this team's name on the board, I still don't even know their name. Brighton and Hovian.
Yeah.
Albion. I don't know what their name is.
Well,
this team
right,
should not be embarrassing Arsenal, and they did yesterday. Yeah, they did. They looked like a more organized, more together team than Arsenal.
Yes. No, they really did. And we started going late, but it's always like that. You know what I mean? We're going to huff and puff and never fucking draw the game. I thought we'd concede. Remember? I made the bold statement that they will be giving up that third.
Yep.
They will be. You know what I mean?
Hey, and there was, 2 or 3 times towards the end where they broke out and it looked like, oh, my God, Eric's going to get this. He's right. They're going to score a third one.
But no, the point I want to make, going back to, the Wenger and all that, it's clearly all his fault.
Yes.
It was nice you being a diplomat a few minutes ago. But, who does Aubameyang look like now? You know what I mean? He looks like Lacazette out there. So you have to change your tactics, maybe change your style of play to fit the players that you have. You never did that for Lacazette. Hopefully you'll see that, okay, something needs to give here. He's not getting the ball, just like Lacazette wasn't getting the ball to be effective. But he can't even get that right. The fact that we signed, the fact that half the Arsenal fan base never mentioned one defender, I mean, to that we needed to look after. It was all about wingers and a striker. Aubameyang can't play in Europa League. You know what I mean? Nothing was planned.
Yeah.
He can't play in Europa League. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
Here,
and that all falls on Wenger and his decision making, and just him, just getting old. And what'd your boy call him? A dotard?
A dotard.
He called Trump.
He's a dotard.
But yeah, he's just an old fool at this point.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, it's an embarrassing thing as a fan because at some point, how's that saying go? Crazy is expecting the same results from
insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
There you go. We've seen him go down this road up and down, and I mean, there's many times when I've just went, okay, I'm optimistic, and then you just get your whole dreams crushed every year because the team is not. You know what? Here's the deal: the team is just not at the level that they try to portray themselves at.
Yeah.
And because you made Champions League 20 years straight, some people would say you have a right to do some of that kind of bragging. But if you don't back it up with back office commitment and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm to the point where, Wenger needs the blame, but really, if you want to just cut the line and just say, I'm not going to blame the players, but I'm going to blame everybody else going up the line from there.
Yes.
Because Wenger is an embarrassment, but because this board and Gazidis and Kroenke have all decided that they're going to continue to ride this ride for so long now,
mm-hmm.
You're failing too. The board is failing too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
from the players on up, there has to be a whole bunch of changes. Things have to get changed.
Yeah, we're in total. This is the thing. We should be thinking that we're in total rebuilding mode, but the people who are in control of the team, are walking around like tip top Magoo, like everything's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not. And the worst part, this will be the last thing I want to talk about. Well, I mean, we can keep talking and shit, but but my therapist told me the definition of insanity. That's why I knew it so quick. Doing the thing,
right? Right.
But insanity.
I get it. Yeah,
it's cool. No, don't worry about it. But the players on that team, the ones that back him and love him, they go sit on his lap and hug his neck at night and shit and say, the ones that really love him, you can see that they're starting to not really play for him.
Yeah.
Last week, the body language, the whole scope of the game had the same feeling that I've had like all season. Like,
yeah,
it's whatever. Hopefully we win.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how they played. They were just out there just fucking around. And that has a lot to, going back to Wenger, it's finally starting to show up there to the point where the players aren't responding to him. They're not really playing 100% for him. That game against Man City on Thursday, the crowd was ridiculous. There was nobody there, a lot of empty seats. So there's an overall, just shitty morale around the club on so many fronts. So I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
What were you ready? We got Milan on Thursday in Europa. Last trophy. We needed to get to Champions League. You know what I mean? It could give us something for this year. If we get knocked out,
okay,
and I'll put it to you this way, because this is what I may see happening. If we get blown out, one of those 6-2 aggregates, you know what I mean, we give up, and we get knocked out of the Europa League, does Wenger get fired? Does the board have enough balls to fire Wenger? Does he retire at the end of the season? Like, what do we do? Or do we just stay on with this? Because if it continues on, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, I just never imagined that I would ever say this mid-season, but failing to AC Milan, I really think it doesn't even matter by what score, but failing at AC Milan could be the end of Wenger. Not at AC Milan only, but the home and away.
Right.
So Wenger could have about 2 weeks left on his Arsenal career. It's hard for me to believe I'm saying that, but for some reason, my inner feeling tells me that like I just called out the board, they're in back rooms discussing this right now. Like, how much more can we endure?
Right.
Like I pointed out when we looked at the tables, for everybody that thought we're very comfortable where we are in 6 at least, I'm here to tell you guys it's not out of the realm. We might not even make Europa because we're only like 3 points ahead of one team and 5 ahead of Leicester. Both teams right behind us are Burnley.
I thought Burnley was 5. They might be, either way, 3 or 5,
something like that, yeah.
The way the team's playing now, we can continue to lose.
It could easily end. We can easily end up outside of Europa, and I don't know how much the board could just accept that. Like,
well, Kroenke's got huge black dudes he's got to feed, man, and we're losing a lot of money. You know what I mean? The Rams are like, come on, man, come on, Wenger.
Yeah.
We need that money.
I mean, can you imagine Kroenke looking at his portfolio? And right now, Arsenal might be his worst team.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are playing pretty good. The Rams just had a hell of a season and a lot of promise. The Arsenal Gunners have probably the least bright spots going forward for Kroenke.
Got you. So you think this punk ass board will fire Wenger during the season? During the season,
if he doesn't get through AC Milan.
Wow.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm gonna ask my personal assistant what are the betting odds on that? You know how they be betting on coaches getting shot? You know what I mean? Come on. But I think. Well, let me just. Think? Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think they'll let it. I think they'll just let it completely fall off the wheels, dude. And Wenger will quit at the end of the season after an absolute shitty year. Like, it's going to get worse. Because, like I said, the players don't look like they're playing for him. Especially if we get killed in Milan. Because I think the board and the people are going to be like, you know what? We kept you here for this long. You acted like you were better than us. You know, piss on your own legacy. You know what I mean? It's going to kind of be like, this is what he is at the end of it all. You know, and just he'll quit. Because he's an egomaniac. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know.
But if we beat Milan, I'm going to be very happy, and you can just pretend like I didn't say any of this.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It's whatever. Right?
This is tapping into true emotions, folks. Like, seriously, because, I mean, of course, when the game starts, I'm going to be rooting for Arsenal to win. I really am. You guys might not believe it, but I am.
Yeah, no, it'll be a fun game to watch. That's what's so sad about not being in Champions League. Those European night games to watch on TV are fun, especially at a bar or a pub. So it's against Milan, you know, one of a powerhouse in Europe. So it'll be if you're on the fence about watching the game, I would suggest watch that one because Arsenal will shit the bed. So, but that means we can, you know, score 3 goals and give up 3. So it'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
That's Thursday.
And then Sunday, Arsenal has Watford. The whole Watford thing, you know, Watford's only I think they're in 9th place. So they're right behind us also.
Troy Deeney is very excited. The McRib is coming back for Easter.
Yeah. They don't serve it on Fridays, though.
Well, no. But he's extremely excited. Yeah, big face boogaloo, I like to call him.
Yeah, lollipop head.
Hopefully for Mustafi's sake, he takes a shower and puts on a little deodorant.
You You know what? Let's pull it full circle while you mention that guy's name.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. He's been collapsing a little bit longer than Czech, but you can almost mark about the same game when it's gone.
Hey, you don't even have to give me. I already know who you got to say.
Matter of fact, I think it may have been the same game that he got a header for a goal, and everybody got blinded by he scored a goal, but he had an awful game then, and he's had nothing but awful games since.
Shaky as hell. Anytime you walk around with the same haircut for 9 years, and it's that one, you know what I mean? Your decision making is like
looks like he's wearing a Kangol.
He's a come on.
Yo, can't go.
I used to really like Koscielny. You know what I mean? But he's been, we're sinking, dude. We're sinking.
We're
sinking. And this dotard, that's my favorite shit now. This fucking dotard is like just watching. Like, you know what I mean? His kingdom is burning up around him and shit. And he's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
And while we continue to point out the people that lost their minds, Mustafi, Czech, Kolasinac, Iwobi, Danny Welbeck.
It usually takes
Bellerin. I mean, the list goes on and on. But Debussy, there's no telling if he's hurt, gone on vacation, locked in a basement at the training grounds. I don't know where he is, but we had to start Chambers at right back, which also brings up the question to me, unless for some reason he was hurt, but I think I saw him on the sideline. But if you're already going to play Maitland-Niles and Izquierdo is the only dude with any speed on that team,
why not
play Maitland-Niles on the right back side then? There's nothing wrong with the dude. You're already playing Chambers there, and I don't care if he played there, 10 times in his career. Chambers ain't a right back, dude. He's not.
He's a red-bearded truck. You know what I mean? He's hella slow. He thinks he's better than what he is. He's got a little Ramsey to him. But anyway, I don't even want to get into it about any of these busters. But Wenger's like, whatever, dude. Everything looks great.
Yeah, right.
He's like, fine, and you? No, everything's fine, and you?
Anyway. I'm about done with this crazy son of a bitch. Let me just skip to the chase real quick. Grade on Wenger, F. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Wow. I'm going to give Wenger a A-. He's just because, I'm being serious. Just because he's done so much for the club. He built that stadium. Now I'm just playing. He gets the same grade. He's a C. He's just an average run-of-the-mill buster of a manager. He's a dotard.
We got dominated by a team that I still don't even know their full name. So it's an F for me all day.
I'm with you.
I don't know what else to say about anything. Everybody else, I'm sure, is raging mad. I say what's deceiving that people don't think, like many other political topics at times, is people think it's 50-50 on Wenger right now. And I think the needle's turned. The needle's pushed. It's not 50-50, you guys. It's more like 75-25 now. People want Wenger out. And I'm on that side. I want him out. I want him gone.
Like if they fire
at any time, if they fired him tomorrow, that would be okay with me.
There would be no little nothing.
I mean, for a second. I mean, I
wouldn't have any of that.
It's like we've talked about it before, though. Like, it's not disrespectful to say, "Hey, man, your day's over." It's not disrespectful.
No, well, I mean, he's completely just shit all over his legacy these last few years, just doing dumb shit. Like, come on,
buy
a defender, dude. Stop.
Yeah.
Buy a defender.
Or I'll say it's no more disrespectful than how Wenger has treated this club, the fans, his own players for the last 6 years.
Yeah, he's a buster.
You know,
he's a buster. Making Bellerin grow his hair out like that. You know what I mean? just sick.
Got Lehman sitting up there with the board. I think Lehman might be the one who takes over player personnel, general managing duties.
A crazy German keeper. Perfect. Somebody
that come along in the locker room and slap people around a little bit. You know,
definitely.
So next fixture is AC Milan on Thursday at the San Siro.
Oh yeah.
Should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Go Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.
Yeah.
And then Sunday against Watford at home at the Emirates. So that's what we got coming up. We want to thank you all for tuning in to Cotton Two Minds. Find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever you go to get your favorite podcasts. Please give us a rate and a review. Anything you want to leave the listeners?
Nope. I got no inspiration. Everybody take it easy and be kind and acknowledge somebody's existence. You know, just say hi to somebody and shit.
Be real, man.
I mean, come on. Yeah, just get off your phone.
Live in the moment.
Right.
All right. And what's your Twitter handle?
Oh, I'm at eMarshall, EMARSHO. And hit me up with when do you think they'll fire Wenger if we lose it? You know, the same question I asked Fitty. Let me know some of your thoughts. Hit us up on Twitter at CITM Podcast. Drop us an email, CITMPodcast@gmail. Thanks for all the support. I see you out there in China, still doing big things.
Hey.
And Fitty, what kind of scotch you got?
Hey, enjoying a Ardbeg 10-year, folks. Smoky, peaty, smells like, as my friend once told me, a campfire.
Yeah.
But real classy. Yeah. Something to sip on.
Kind of tastes like a Band-Aid, but
yeah,
good stuff. Nah, didn't like it at all. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, and shout out to my buddy Gus for having us over to his place on the coast in Pacifica.
Hot Flickaroo for winning her first race on Friday.
Yes, Hot Flickaroo was a winner. He came through for our buddy Little Do. So we love it. Everybody, man, like my friend E just said, keep positive, man. Stay in the moment, enjoy what's in front of you. I'm Fitty, and I'm at Gooner Rush on Twitter, iTunes, SoundCloud. Just Google us, y'all. We can find us, man. We're out there. This is episode 71. Search for Cotton Two Minds. #One Love. Peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Cotton Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
Yeah, big baby.
Wenger out.